Hey everyone, Steve Siebold back with publicspeakersblog.com. Prepare yourself for the reopening of the meetings and conventions business. I think that by early 2022 that the meetings and conventions business will come back stronger than ever. Speakers will once again be in high demand. But here's how you prepare yourself in a way that other new and emerging speakers haven't really broken through to the 6 and 7 figure level yet. Here's the thing they miss. Bill Gove told me this 25 years ago. He said, Steve, if you'll follow what I'm telling you, you'll pass so many speakers you think are great right now. He said, but more importantly, you'll be able to break into the business because almost none of your peers that are trying to break into this business will do this. And I said, well, what is it? And he said, you have got to become spectacular on the platform. You've got to work on your speaking skills. Don't worry about marketing. You can't market a product that can't be sold. You've got to be good enough to be sold. He said speakers skip this because they win a ribbon at Toastmasters, or they take a college class in speaking, and people tell them they're great, or they get an A, or they take a Dale Carnegie course and someone says, you should get paid to speak, but they really don't realize how good you have to be on the platform to actually get paid to talk. Now, if you're a medical researcher, and you've just cured cancer, or you're a scientist and you've got a cure for global warming or something like that, you probably don't have to be very good. But if you're like the rest of us mere mortals, you've got to smoke it on stage. You've got to be really entertaining on stage to hold the attention of a live audience. So what do most speakers do that are brand new? They focus on marketing. They're trying to market themselves. We hear it every day. We've been hearing this every day at our company for 25 years, running the Bill Gove Speech Workshop. People say, oh, I don't need speech training. I'm already great. And then when we talk them into coming to the workshop, they're usually the worst people in the workshop. There's no way they were going to get paid. But somehow there's this huge gap between how good they think they are and how good they actually are. Because when you see someone who's really good on stage, it looks really easy. And it's almost like watching an interview someone on TV, and it looks so easy, right? It's not. I've interviewed people on stage all over the world. It's actually a very difficult thing to do. It's difficult to make it look smooth. It's not difficult to do it. It's not difficult to make words come out of your mouth when you speak. It's difficult to entertain and hold the attention of people that have a computer in their hand called the mobile device, that they can access anything in the world instead of listening to us on stage. We have to be able to hold their attention. This is what you should focus on now, because 2021 in the speaking business, in terms of the traditional speaking business, is pretty much done. It's not going to happen. And companies are not going to take the chance to get sued because of COVID, because it's just not being, the vaccine's not being distributed fast enough. We all know the story. So maybe the beginning of next year is the first time. Well, you've got the rest of this year to get really good on stage. Here are the 3 things you need to do this, to really get good on stage. First of all, get training. You've got to have professional, formal training. I'm not talking about Toastmasters. I'm not talking about taking a class at your local community center or anything like that. I'm talking about getting world-class training by people or someone that is a world-class speaker. Okay, someone that's done this. All right. Of course, you guys, most of you know, I went to the Bill Gove Speech Workshop, most successful program out there in history of the business by far. And so that's what I would recommend to you. But get training one way or another, whether you come to the speech workshop or you take the online version of the speech workshop now or not. Get formal training. Okay, step number 2, practice, 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 practice. That's what it takes. Being a professional speaker, especially a keynote speaker, is like being a professional athlete. I've been both. And it's the same thing. You practice ad nauseum. You just practice over and over and over. So when you get up there and there's 10,000 people in the crowd, you feel like you're at home. That might sound very strange, but that's how it feels. When you're used to being up there, that's how it feels. People used to ask me that about playing tennis in front of crowds of people and say, does it make you nervous? No, it doesn't, because you feel like you're at home. It's the same thing on stage, not in the beginning, believe me. But when you get good, when you're seasoned, when you're trained, when you know what you're doing, and when you've practiced, it feels like home. And the third step that you need to do between now and the end of this year is to get someone who knows this business, an expert, to evaluate your skills, to tell you if you can get paid, one, and two, if so, how much you can get paid. How much are you worth? And someone that knows this, I can watch you speak for 10 minutes and know exactly what you're worth in the marketplace. I mean, 5 minutes even. I've done this for 25 years. Other people have done it for a long time as well, right? So you've got to get an expert to help you establish your fee. First of all, decide if you can get paid, okay? And then if you can, if your skills are that good that you can get paid, then what should you be charging? Most people grossly either undercharge or overcharge because they don't know how to set their fees. There's something to it. There's a little bit of a science to it, if you will. So those are the 3 steps. Take those steps now, because in not that long, another 9 or 10 months, this is all going to open back up, and companies and organizations all over the world are going to be looking for speakers, and you can be one of them. Now, to get you started for no cost, I have a course I've run all over the internet for a long time called the Free Speaking Course. It's freespeakingcourse.com. It's all free. Go to the little mini course, and it'll walk you through a bunch of things that you need to do now in order to prepare yourself for 2022. Okay, so with that, thanks for watching the blog. See you next time.